Welcome back to the Quantum CBD H2O Rumble at Remington. Brought to you by Sailor Jerry's. I'm Andrew Spino here on behalf of HD Boxing, joined ringside by the champ, Darren Humphries. This is a ladies' bout, and it is a title fight. Emma Kozin, making her way into the ring now, is making her first defense of the WIBA Middleweight World title. The challenger out of the blue corner is Eva Bajic. She is from Hungary. Kozin, of course, has quite an international reputation with her undefeated record of 12-0, 7 KOs, and all of those knockouts coming within the first 4 rounds. Bajic, though, very, very tough challenger. Let's get the details up in the ring from Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the vacant GBC and WIBA Women's Middleweight Championships of the World. Brought to you by HD Boxing, along with their great sponsor, Cerveza Tecate, Born Bold. It is sanctioned by the Oklahoma State Athletic Commission, along with the Women's International Boxing Association and the Global Boxing Council. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Sarah Atwood, David Sutherland, and Gary Ritter. Our referee in charge will be Gerald Ritter. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. She's wearing black trunks and weighed in at 157 pounds. Hailing from Szeged, Hungary, she has a professional record consisting of 13 wins, 10 defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Eva Bajic. Her opponent across the ring, she is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, and she's wearing camouflage trunks and weighed in at 159 pounds. Hailing from Ljubljana, Slovenia, she has a professional record undefeated with 12 wins. 7 of her 12 wins come by way of knockout. She is the youngest women's world champion in history at the age of 19. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending WIBA Women's Middleweight Champion of the World, Emma the Princess Kozin.
Okay, ladies, we're going 10 championship rounds. Expect you to obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Have a good, clean fight. Watch your heads.
These are 2 minutes.
This will be the line here. This will be the line here. Touch gloves. Good luck to both.
Emma Kozin, the undefeated WIBA middleweight world title holder, the challenger, Eva Bajic, fighting out of Hungary. Kozin, of course, from Slovenia. It's the Battle of Central Europe here in Oklahoma City. Darren, tell us what you know about these fighters.
Well, I don't know a whole lot. Both of these girls come in here to fight again. They came a long way to fight.
You know, Kozin has an international reputation from, of course, being a world title holder and an undefeated record. But this is actually her first fight in the U.S. How can that affect the fighter?
Well, it's a long ways over here, different time. You know, it's a time change. Mm-hmm. But don't forget.
Altitude change a lot of times?
Right, altitude change. But don't forget, you know, Bajic was also a former IBF world champion. So, you know, we got 2 champions, you know, going at each other right here. You know, Kozin isn't the only one that has held the title.
Now, Kozin, of course, is undefeated at 12-0, but Bajic has a wealth of experience. 23 pro fights, 13 victories in there with 9 KOs. And as you said, former IBF welterweight champion, and she actually took this fight on relatively short notice.
Yeah, she did. And to me, she looks maybe the more athletic fighter. maybe not necessarily the stronger. Kozin looks strong, but I think Bajic definitely looks like the more athletic fighter.
Yeah, more athletic and more tuned fighter. Her punches are crisper. She throws the right punches at the right time, a little more effectively than Kozin, at least here through the first half of round 1.
Right, and you know, there's a big difference as far as rounds go. That obviously leaning towards Bajic.
Yeah, can Bajic keep up this pace of dancing, moving, sticking in and out for
10 rounds?
For
right.
10 rounds.
Right.
That's a lot of time, as this is a world title fight for the WIBA middleweight title.
And for all of our fight fans out there, just to let you know, this is a 2-minute round, not 3 minutes.
These are 2-minute rounds. It's a 10-round fight. Darren, kind of a difficult round to score because I thought Kozin landed the more effective punches when she got inside, but Bajic was the better boxer.
Sure, and I would give the ring generalship to Bajic, but I'm with you. I think Kozin landed maybe the harder punches.
So how'd you score that one, Darren?
Ooh, I would probably give it to maybe to Kozin, just because I felt like she landed the harder punches, more crisp, like you said.
Okay, we'll disagree on that one. I gave that one to Bajic because I thought
I was trying to do what you wanted me to do.
Oh, come on. If we all agreed, this would be no fun.
That's true.
We'll see what the judges think, although I'm guessing, by the way, Kozin had really kind of tied at the end of round 1. I gave Bajic the round, but I thought Kozin finished the round stronger. I think we're going to see a switch of momentum here in round 2.
Good body shot there with Kozin. Now she's going back up top. And she's obviously bringing the fight, to Bajic right now.
She's keeping on the pressure, really finding her range. And even as Bajic was trying to circle her way out, Kozin really landed quite a few effective punches, long left and long right, as Bajic was kind of skirting against the ropes.
Oh, good body shot there by Kozin.
Kozin definitely the harder puncher. When she lands, you can hear those body shots.
Yes.
A good 4 or 5 rows back in the crowd here. Kozin lands very, very hard punches. I think Bajic has got a taste of that power and is not as eager to engage as she might have been in round 1.
Right, with Kozin being the southpaw here, she's throwing from different angles, things like that. Take nothing away from Bajic, she's obviously got the experience. But, good, another good right hook to the body there by Kozin.
Kozin is one of the best body punchers I've seen in quite a while. Ripping hooks, lefts and rights to the rib cage of Eva Bajic, and we're about halfway through round 2. But in a 10-round fight, that is going to add up, and that's going to hurt Bajic. I would think within 3 rounds.
Well, what I like about Kozin, and I'm not advocating this for all of you young fighters out there, but what I notice about Kozin is she's kind of using her head. She uses her head to kind of position Bajic before she throws her punches, and you'll notice that more whenever she gets Bajic in the corner.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with using the head to dictate the action in the ring. We're at the end of round 2, this 10-rounder. Round 3 coming up. Welcome back to beautiful Remington Park Casino in Oklahoma City. This is the Rumble at Remington, round 3 of this WIBA middleweight world title fight. Emma Kozin, defending champion in the camo trunks. Eva Bajic in the solid black is the challenger, Darren Humphrey. How did you score round 2?
Well, it was another, pretty close round, but I think I would give it to Kozin. I think she's dictating the fight. She's coming forward, throwing the harder punches.
She is.
Good.
Kozin was so effective with those body punches in round 2. I really wonder how many of those Bajic can take. If Kozin keeps up that kind of pressure and lands those kind of body shots in round 3, I'm guessing that there won't be a round 5.
Well, I think Bajic, at least as far as the first part of this round goes, she's coming back in and trying to throw some body shots. But what I noticed about Bajic, is when she throws her punches, like some of the earlier fights that we talked about, she's throwing her punches on her back foot. She's not really, meaning it when she throws it.
She is. It's almost like she's as concerned with getting away from return fire as she is throwing the punch itself. There's a nice
right hook.
left hook to the rib cage by Kozin that really dug into Bajic. I don't know if you saw it, but it landed right to those hanging ribs. There was another one, and I really question how much any fighter could take those kinds of body shots.
Well, you called that left hook to the body. I was calling the right hook that she followed with back up top. So.
And I'm sure Eva Bajic felt them all.
That was a good left hook to the body there.
Kozin's so determined. The look on her face has been serious business, very determined since round 1. As we come to the end of round 3, we got the 4th round coming up right after this.
Time.
Here we go, round 4 of this WIBA middleweight world title bout. Emma Kozin in the camo trunks, the defending champion against Eva Bajic, fighting with the solid black trunks. And Kozin, although maybe not as busy in round 3 as she was in round 2, I thought was very effective. Darren, how did you score round 3?
Well, I would have definitely given it to Kozin. Just like I mentioned earlier, right there, the first few seconds of this round, she kind of led with her head and threw every punch with intention. I think she means more business than Bajic. Oh.
And Kozin punches so hard, and she is so effective to the body, you can almost overlook what great footwork she has.
Right.
She moves beautifully in the ring. Great ring generalship, and she really, when she throws those body shots, you can tell she's digging her toes into the canvas and really maximizing leverage on those punches.
That's a great point. And to be honest, maybe I could see where somebody maybe think Bajic's maybe wow, good left hook there.
You were saying about Bajic. Go ahead.
I was just saying I can see where somebody, if you notice, I think Kozin's maybe kind of following Bajic around the ring a little bit, but she's bringing the fight to Bajic, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, she's definitely pressing the action, and a lot of judges score on aggressiveness, and you'd really have to give it to Kozin for initiating the exchanges and of course getting the better in those exchanges. Again, with the footwork, you see the way she bobbed and weaved her way in, got inside on Bajic, and just started wailing away to the body. We are at the end of round 4, 5th round coming up. Here we go, round 5 of this world title fight, the WIBA middleweight championship on the line. Emma Kozin comes out firing. She is the defending champion and has been pressing the action throughout most of this fight. Eva Bajic, though, has made it into round 5. And Darren, although I think Kozin is winning, I think Bajic is certainly holding her own.
Yeah, she is. She's holding her own. I think that's a good way to put it. Kozin's, definitely landing the harder punches and bringing the fight to Bajic. So there's a difference between holding your own and actually winning.
Yeah, that's true. I did not say she's winning rounds. Kozin just so effective with those body punches. And frankly, as hard as they're landing, I'm surprised that Bajic's legs are as good as they are this far into the fight.
Yeah. And to Bajic's credit, she landed a looping overhand right as Kozin came in there just a few seconds ago.
Bajic, a very game fighter, I think just outclassed a bit by Emma Kozin, the undefeated world champion. She holds the WIBA world middleweight title. And
good
this
left hook there.
is her first fight in the United States. She's a superstar in Slovenia, can't walk down the street without getting mobbed. And you can see why she's such a popular athlete. But here she is, first time in the United States, making her
knockdown.
Her American
And I knew
debut
that was
in
coming.
Oklahoma
Just a
City.
matter
That
of
was a right hand to the ribs that put Ava Bajic down to one knee. It's reminiscent of Mickey Ward landing that body shot on Arturo Gatti in their first of 3 bouts. Just the body shots taking their toll. We're at the end of
and
round
another left hook
5.
to
It
the
looks like
body there.
Ava Bajic will make it out of the round, but she goes
That
down.
hurt. That hurt.
Goes down for the second time.
4,
Can
5,
she be
6,
saved by the
7,
bell? She's up
8,
to 7, 8,
9,
9.
10. Fight's
And
over.
referee weighs off contest at the end of round 5. Emma Kozin retaining her WIBA middleweight title. We will have the particulars and a quick post-fight analysis on this world title fight coming up after this. Welcome back to the Quantum CBD H2O Rumble at Remington. We have just witnessed Emma Kozin defending her middleweight world title with a KO in the 5th round. Let's go up in the ring. Get the official time from Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 5, our referee in charge, Gerald Ritter, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of knockout. She is still the WIBA middleweight champion, and she is now the new GBC middleweight women's champion of the world, Emma the Princess Kozin.
Emma Kozin retaining her world title with a 5th round KO. Darren, the stakes were high in this fight, and I gotta say, although Bajic put up a heck of a good fight, I am extremely impressed with Kozin's fighting skills.
Yeah, I would agree. She obviously meant a lot more business than Bajic here. You know, I think, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Kozin necessarily, but I felt like maybe she was using this as an opportunity to get a little more ring experience, maybe get some rust off after being out for maybe a little bit. But you know, after she got warmed up, she definitely took the fight to Bajic.
But very impressive footwork, very impressive body punching, things you don't see in every fighter these days.
Yeah, and let's don't forget, Kozin's a young fighter. She's 19 years old.
19 years old and a world champion, moving up to 13-0 with 8 KOs. We have more great fights, including our main event, undefeated cruiserweights in the ring. Stick around.